Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right, well, first we're going to get Chris's reaction to the 13th Doctor news. So go ahead, Chris.
You know, I live in America. So there's a time difference. Like most of us on this cast. There's a time difference, obviously, between us and the UK. So I woke up a little bit later because I stood up late last night, and I usually stay up late on the weekends and whatnot. And I went on Facebook, after doing the rounds, checking my emails and stuff, and I went on Facebook, and at first I didn't see anything, but I was hoping, hey, maybe they announced who the 13th Doctor was already.
Right.
If not, I was looking forward to seeing it tonight. But, of course, they did announce who the 13th Doctor was before I woke up. So I didn't see anything at first, and then I saw a message from Billy. Billy had sent me a message on Facebook saying the first female. And I remember just sitting there going, oh. And then I saw the trailer, and I didn't know who that was other than from who we talked about last night. And I was, that must be Jodie Whittaker. I've got to tell you, I've been thinking, I had to go out and run a couple of errands today. I was thinking about this while I was doing that. And I'm caught between two opposing feelings. Part of me is really angry that they did this, that that this is the road that they chose to take this show. The other part of me just doesn't care anymore. Just doesn't. I just don't care if it's a woman, if it's a man, if the show's still on the air, if it's not on the air, if it's Doctor Who, if it's not Doctor Who, if he has a TARDIS, if
Right.
she's TARDIS, if Sonic Screwdriver, what. I just don't care. I
Right.
just don't care anymore. I've come to the conclusion that I don't think this show is worth the aggravation anymore. And that's really unfortunate because
Yeah.
I like this show. I have been interested in this show since I was so young, and I saw the first trailer where I remember Dalek Sec rolling up to the screen yelling exterminate. I was like, what was that? I was always interested in finding out what the show was. And then when I finally was able to get into it, I fell in love with the show, and I learned all I could about it. And I haven't seen every episode, but I know enough about the show to know that this is one of the greatest sci-fi shows ever made, and it will always be one of the greatest sci-fi shows ever made. But I have to say, the fact that they've decided to cave in and go with this political bullshit agenda, which is exactly what it is, and I don't care what anybody else thinks about it. That is the way that they've decided to go with this show. And I'm sure she's a great actress. I haven't seen her in anything else that I can think of. Maybe she's been in a movie that I've seen that maybe I'm just not recalling.
Right.
I'm sure that she's a great actress. I'm sure that she's going to do a great job, but I am not interested. I'm just not interested in Doctor Who anymore. This is the final bit of change that they had to do for me to say, I think it's time for me to step away. Because I don't care. I don't care what adventure she's going to go on. I don't care.
Did you see my reaction?
I saw both of your videos, and I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I do. I know that there's a lot of people that are happy about this, and I'm saying good for them. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love the show.
Right.
I hope she's your favorite Doctor. Me, I'm not gonna. I'm not interested. I don't care.
I'm going to say, because this is it's very difficult for me because despite my own personal opinions and despite our shows that we do together, I have a responsibility to the 7 Doctor Who pages I administer that I need to make a decision. Do I end the pages, or the pages that I don't own, do I give up that right to do those pages, or do I end everything altogether, or do I continue to give fans of us, the quality and stuff that they require for Doctor Who pages to be updated while I'm not feeling it myself? And in a way, it's not fair to the people that have liked the pages and stuck with us, for me to just cave and dump the whole thing in general. Now, I've watched this since I was 5, okay? So this is something that is as much a part of my life as my first independent thought.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to break away from it would be like me being a whole completely different person. Like, I don't know if, I mean, it's more than a show to me because it kind of shaped who I am and what I do and gave me the passion to want to be a writer and want to do sci-fi. And, you know, so, I mean, I was throwing stuff. I was angry. I went to sleep for hours. And when I woke up, I got some comments from people. And I got to tell you, we do these shows to have fun. I'm not doing these shows to get subscribers unlike some people, okay? I don't really care if I give my true opinion and people don't like it and they're going to unsubscribe. That's fine. I'm here to have fun with my friends, do my shows. If you want to subscribe, that's great. If you don't agree with me, that's great. You know, if you want to stick around and see what my opinion is, that's great. It's not just about Doctor Who on the channel. Because the channel, at one point in time, with all the Doctor Who being cut, we had to do other shows because there wasn't Doctor Who on the air for like 10 months to a year. So we did the Everything Show. We did the Horror Cast. We did all these different things because Doctor Who was not on the air. So the channel has evolved beyond Doctor Who, okay? So the channel, me, myself, that I am Matrixlord212, I'm not going away and the channel's not going away. Now, the biggest question everybody has is the Real Whovians cast going to continue? Because, you know, I had said until we have the new Doctor, until Christmas, we're going to do reviews of classic episodes. We're going to do audios. So am I going to just give it up altogether, angry because of what happened? Now, also, another factor in the comments is people are coming down hard on us because they're already starting the political nonsense of if you don't accept the Doctor as a woman or if you don't stay with the show, you're not a true Whovian. And these are people that are like 18, 16, 20. And me, I'm 43. So anybody
that's not true. I don't mean to cut you off, but I have a personal story that is similar to what you're going through right now and what I think a lot of people are going through. When I was younger, this was like early 2005 or so, I stopped watching wrestling.
Right.
Because it got to the point where I didn't like a lot of what they were doing. A lot of my favorite wrestlers had left, and I thought the product was going in the wrong direction. I stopped watching until 2011, I believe it was. 2010, 2011. I never stopped being a wrestling fan.
Right.
Because I was not watching Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. I watched the old stuff. My passion for wrestling and those characters stood alive.
Right.
I started watching wrestling again in 2010, 2011 because they started doing things that I liked.
Yes.
So why would you waste your time watching something that you completely don't like? I watch wrestling now. I don't like everything that they do, but there's a lot of things I like, and there's a lot of things that they do that I like. So I watch it now, and I enjoy the things that I like, and I talk about and debate about the things that I don't.
Right.
With Doctor Who, it's different. The main crux of the show, the force that drives the show, has now become something that I don't want.
Correct. Me too.
So why would and for people who feel that way, why would we continue to watch it?
Yes.
You know, it's different from something like Godzilla. You know, Godzilla gets redone in different universes. That's different because he's in a different universe each time. So if you don't like one universe, there are other universes of Godzilla that you can watch and like.
Correct.
With Doctor Who, it's one universe.
Yeah.
There is one Doctor. So if that one Doctor changes and you don't like that Doctor, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go to the Doctor Who animated show. You can't go to this. You can't go to that.
Nothing.
Because there's nothing else to watch. It's that one Doctor.
And there's no reset button because there's never been when it comes to a Doctor. You can't just erase a Doctor.
Exactly.
So it would be a paradox. I just want to add to what you said because a lot of people don't know my background as a kid too. I grew up just as much as Doctor Who. I was a wrestling fan as well. and I say this a few times here and there. I used to go to Raw occasionally when I could afford it, and I used to be in the front row. A couple shows here. I went to WrestleMania, one of the WrestleMania 10. I went to different events. I didn't go as much as my friends did because I didn't have the money, but and nobody judges anybody as a better fan or not a fan if you don't spend this or you don't do this. You're a fan. That's it. So I stopped watching wrestling in like 2001, I would say, and I was every Monday night. I even was an ECW fan. Everything. 2001 came and I just got tired of stuff going on, and I just dropped it completely from my life, and that was a shocker because I loved it so much. Just like Doctor Who, it was a part of me. And it doesn't mean that I don't like. I mean, sometimes I'll see things here and there, like you'll tell me stuff, I'll watch a clip, but I'm not into it anymore, But I will always be a wrestling fan. I mean, maybe I could go get back into it. I don't know. But the thing is, Doctor Who is different. And again, Spider-Man has always been part of my life. Do I like certain things with Spider-Man going on today? No, not really. Do I like some things? Yeah, some things I do like. So, but Doctor Who is different, and it's a really difficult decision for me because, as far as I know, no one's had the amount of podcasts that we've had about Doctor Who. I mean, we've had 1,073 podcasts on just the Real Whovians, not counting the Unlimiteds, not counting the videos that I did about Doctor Who, not counting the Whovian podcasts, which are there too. So, and then it's grown. I mean, I was in Doctor Who magazine for a little bit, little small thing, detail. I do administer the pages, and there's a lot of things. So now it's like, people are like, oh, he's going to leave YouTube. I'm not leaving YouTube. We're still going to be here. In fact, all our friends, the old Doctor, Stephen Price, everybody's going to still be here, whether it be a Horror Kiss and Everything show. An old Doctor, he's not really doing videos anymore, but if he does, he'll probably do stuff with us. But like, we're still going to be around. But I can't guarantee right now. There's no decision about the Real Whovians cast ending right at this moment. I mean, I want to get through Christmas. At least I'll see Christmas because it's Capaldi's last, and that. I even said I would watch the first episode. We'll see, but. We're still going to have Real Whovians cast. The show is still going to continue up until Christmas. Beyond 2017 into 2018, I do not know how I'm going to feel. And again, as much as I feel responsibility, if I don't like something, I'm not going to fake it, and I'm not going to continue with it. So to respect the show, I would like just either leave the pages or end the pages and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't Look, I did the right thing, and for the fans and everything, I updated all the pages that the ones that I own, and I put her face, here's the 13th Doctor, here's the stuff, did what I had to do, didn't really give an opinion other than the cast. I didn't make a single video, and I'm doing it now. So, again, congratulations to the new Doctor, but she's not my Doctor. And not that I want to use that phrase like not my president, stuff like that. She's not my Doctor. And, people can give me heat all they want. They can say I'm not a true fan, not a real Whovian. That's baloney, and I don't pay attention to that. And, of course, other shows that are our rivals or adversaries could use this opportunity to come down hard on me or us, and I really don't care about that either. Because if anybody that's laughing about other people's misery and sorrow about not being happy and destroyed that this show is just whatever. They're idiots. So, nobody's going to label anything fake news and this not real fans or whatever. Yeah, okay. I don't think a fake fan is going to do 1,073 podcasts on the subject. So, that's it. The Real Whovians Kiss is going to continue up until the Christmas special. Beyond that, we will have to have a wait-and-see attitude. As far as the Facebook pages go, they will remain for now, and everything is business as usual until Christmas is over, and then we will see. And that's the best answer that I could give. When I was little, I wasn't crazy about Colin Baker. I almost left the show then, but I didn't. And, that's that. I went through a cancellation. And if Doctor Who goes through a cancellation because of this, We'll see. I'm not saying it's going to, but maybe it needs a break if that's the case. You know? And I wouldn't want that to happen, but I am totally against this decision. They force-fed this. They tried to subliminally brainwash us with this like a they live thing.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable when you really look now, like, because back then I thought that they were joking. No. I thought that this was all tongue-in-cheek, like, you know, haha, is he going to be a woman eventually? Maybe. Now I look back at this and I'm like, they were literally telling us, yeah, pal, the next one's a female.
Moffat's first appearance was Curse of the Fatal Death, a comic relief special. That was his first thing on Doctor Who, where he made the Doctor a woman. And then after that, he did Doctor Who, and since even Russell T. Davis's time, there's things that were going on and whatever, and they've been like just, not even so much Russell T. Davis, not at all Russell T. Davis, but Stephen Moffat, you know, since Neil Gaiman's mention about in The Doctor's Wife that the Corsair was the first ever and only Time Lord to do it, Moffat ran with it, and he started every little instance having Clara like talk about, you know, you could be Queen of Gallifrey, or that she's the Doctor, even in that episode, you know what I'm saying, Death in Heaven. So there's been a lot of stuff that I just really have been really pissed off about. That they've just, and I've seen it, and we've seen it. I'm like, why do they keep mentioning this? Even the fact that they tried to make the characters like they're bi, they're trying to do different things with the show. All the villains are women. It's like, are you kidding? You know, the General was a woman. The Master's a woman.
That's the thing that really surprises me, is that they did this right after they made the Master a woman. Like, it's almost like, are all the characters going to be women? Is this going to become a female? Is this going to become like Supergirl?
Yeah.
Is that what this show? Because look, Kate Stewart is in charge of unit. They got like 3 women in charge of unit. Now the Master's a woman. Now the Doctor's a woman. Now the
General's a woman.
The General's a woman.
The Ice Warrior, head of Ice Warriors is a woman.
The Ice Warrior Queen. I mean, you know what's going to happen next? There's going to be a female Dalek. They're going to have like a Dalek, like a female squadron of Daleks or something.
And Chibnall was the first to introduce a female Cyberwoman.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I'm going to tell you this, and again, take no offense to this, but all the stuff that's gone on in Doctor Who, all the people that have pushed this agenda and this political bullshit, go fuck yourself. And I'm sorry about that, and if you want to take offense to it, you shouldn't, because that's my honest opinion. Go fuck yourself, because you basically fucking shit on the show. And you changed the whole entire Time Lord history, where you tried to make it like the Time Lords are an advanced civilization, that they have no problems and everything. Meanwhile, there's poor people eating garbage cans on Gallifrey in the dirt, and you try to make it like, oh, you know, I don't even know if I was a woman. Like, give me a break. He called himself a Vestal Virgin. I mean, this is just stupid shit. So Moffat could go after himself, and anybody else that, you know, think that this is, you know, they fucking force-fed us this shit. They stuck it in our food. They stuck it in the merchandise. They basically put it in fucking books. They pushed this shit like you wouldn't believe. They tested it every which way by, you know, doing different things. And I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it. And it's going to fall on its ass like it did in Marvel Comics with the heroes. That shit's ending. This is not the way you're going to sell toys and merchandise and everything. It's a gimmick now. Doctor Who is a gimmick. There's no fucking... it's just a bullshit political gimmick. You know, and to mention politics in there and Donald Trump and everything, I got turned off with that too, because they're shitting on people that are for Trump, because the Doctor shouldn't... that's bullshit too. What the fuck does he give a fuck about Republicans and Democrats if he's a fucking alien? And that's like just dumb shit. You know, I just tired of it. I'm tired of this every fucking thing.
You notice too, and I didn't really think too much of it when the episode was out, but you notice in Oxygen he says like, oh, this is the end of capitalism, and then humanity moves on to another bad idea. Like, this is the motto for a lot of people that follow this SJW stuff. So like, what the hell, like, what is going on with this show? Like, can we watch something that doesn't have a political slant to it anymore?
Right.
I mean, I don't watch this show to hear, oh, Donald Trump is the villain. Capitalism's bad. Women for everything. Like, why?
Just like I go to read a comic, and I'm like, why is Donald Trump MODOK?
Right.
I'm like, that's the end of me getting that comic. Or why is the Falcon, that we've said that the Falcon should be Captain America for fucking, he deserves it better than anybody. And the moment he comes in, he gets this writer that makes him into a fucking Democratic idiot that fucking basically bash all Republicans, and all Republicans are evil and kill Republicans. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. These people put shit, their own personal shit. They're supposed to be creating characters that are not them. You know? Like, just create something unique, not putting your shit in there. Like, totally, like, just, you know, and Doctor Who is not about this bullshit where Clara will say, one, you could be Queen of Gallifrey. I could. I'm a Vestal. You're not a Vestal Virgin. You know? Oh, I don't know if I was a woman before that. That's shitting on the show. He was not a woman to begin with. Don't shit on the show. Don't change the show. And they've done that. Moffat has, whether Chibnall asked him to or not, Moffat has put that shit in there. And Moffat's legacy is shit now. Because he didn't answer a damn freaking question. And he's even more shit because he's been pushing this fucking agenda since he started. And it's horrible. And you know what now? When the ratings, and I got to tell you, what's going to happen, Chris, if the ratings tank?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think the first few episodes are probably going to do really well because people are going to want to see what this is like. I think from there, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens because what I see happening is they get the fan base that they want, which is the people that wanted a female doctor. But my thing is this, is she going to be enough to keep those people around? Because if the writing does not improve, they're not going to stay. And this is why I was so against this right now. It's not because it's just a female doctor. The writing that we see right now is not good. It doesn't warrant a change like this. Now, I know that Chibnall's coming in and it's a changing of the guard, but this is my thing. If the writing doesn't work, if they start making things unrecognizable, people are going to say, I don't think this is Doctor Who. They're going to leave, and you know what's going to happen? Oh, she regenerated into a man again. What a shock. Like, and then it's still going to... But
then you're gonna here's the thing now. Then you're gonna have shit because then people are gonna be questioning if she's a woman. What if she keeps regenerating into a woman?
Well, that's what I was just about to say.
They're gonna expect it. They're gonna expect it.
That's what I was just about to say, and you hit it on the head. Is the 14th Doctor gonna be a man? Because if that happens, then you're gonna have backlash from people saying, "Oh, she got 1 season, or she got 3 seasons. Now he's a man again." And let me ask. I need to throw this out there too. When he becomes a man again, if he ever does, how is he going to get over the fact that he was a woman?
Is he going to be upset
like psychologically? Wouldn't that mess somebody up?
Yeah, right. And is he going to be a man in a woman's body, or is he going to be totally female?
It's not like the general who was always a female and then she decided to become a male. Which I still think is stupid, but whatever, during the war. But then she went back to being a female. But the Doctor has always been male. He's always been a male.
And don't change it like he wasn't. And I have a feeling they're gonna change it like he was originally a woman, and that's gonna fucking destroy everything. Don't do that.
The more I talk about it, the more ludicrous this becomes. Like it's not even funny.
It's insane. It's insane. And so you know what? I engage the audience when people are like, "You're not a true Whovian. You're not a real whatever." You know what, dude? Oh, do that or whatever. Like, really? Honestly,
can somebody send me the rule book of what makes a true Whovian?
Yeah, like
please. I want to know who wrote that.
Did you write the rule book on what a true Whovian is, and who would be able to write that book? The person that created Doctor Who, maybe. You know, wow.
Even they wouldn't be able to do it because people watch this show for different things. And if the one thing that you don't like changes and you stop watching it, that doesn't make you not a fan of the show anymore.
Right,
it means that you just don't like this version of it.
We could leave and the show could get canceled. And it could be sleeping for freaking 10 years. And we could come back and they could say all this bull crap. I mean, here's a worst case scenario, which I know would be horrible. if she did horrible, beyond horrible, would they undo her? Would they just? They wouldn't. They would just go on.
No.
But and then people would just not like her reign as a doctor. But the ratings are so bad. Do you take that risk now and do that? No, you don't. I mean, the ratings are the lowest it's been ever, and now you're deciding that if you think you need to make a female doctor to make the show better, you're an idiot. You need to do better writing. That's like stupid.
But there were so many other things that I was thinking of that if they wanted to have a female doctor, there are ways that they could do it without putting it in the actual timeline. Like they could make an alternate universe where there's a female doctor. They could write novels with a female doctor. They could have a video game with a female doctor. Like, but now it's in the show, and it's like what I want to know what the purpose of him regenerating into a woman is going to be. Because I can't think that he's just going to regenerate and just be a woman. Because if that happens, wow. But
yeah.
And another thing too, ever since this idea, I keep thinking of that scene with Matt Smith, and you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
You don't want to be a woman.
When he thought he was a woman, and he was legitimately scared to death.
Yes.
That he turned into a woman.
Yes.
And now Capaldi's scene, I kept watching it before. I was watching it before, where he's yelling, "I will not change." It's almost like he's telling us, like he knows.
He knows.
The doctor. It's like ridiculous. They're gonna do this. There's nothing we can do about it. But I don't know if I'm gonna keep watching it or not. I'm telling you right now, though, I'm leaning towards just not watching it anymore after the Christmas special. I mean, that's.
Yeah, so you'll do Real Whovians with me up until Christmas, right?
Oh, I'll do them anyway, even if you guys watching and I don't. But
okay,
I mean, if you want to have me on, I mean, I'm gonna watch the Christmas special because, but you know what really pisses me off about that? Now, since this ties into a story with the First Doctor, every time somebody watches the 10th Planet, they're going to think, oh, yeah, and the 12th Doctor turned into a woman here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. But I had a feeling it was going to tie in with the 10th Planet. I had a feeling. Because that whole thing with him, walking ahead of the companions, him being absent in the episode and whatever, I had a feeling they were going to do something with that. Clara, too, possibly appearing in it. So, look, people, you know what?
Now the argument, too, I don't know if you've seen this argument, but for people that are supporting this, the thing I keep seeing, I've seen this like once or twice, is, oh, I don't understand why people are upset that the immortal, genderless alien turned into a woman. I'm like, okay, number one, he's not immortal.
No.
Number two, he's not genderless, because if he was genderless, he wouldn't be male or female. So, okay. And number three, did you just start watching this show?
Right. Basically, they have. In some cases, sometimes people just get into it a couple of years and they're like, oh my God, like they've been forever. They're not even.
And that's fine. But I mean.
Listen, if you are a real Whovian, which I call us real Whovians, or a true Whovian, whatever terminology you want to use, you don't judge other Whovians, like if they're real fans or not. Now, we could judge our own fan base about why you're giving fake reviews of 10 out of 10s because you're going to make the show go into shitville and get canceled. That's different. Like fake reviews of 10 out of 10s and only showing the positive reviews.
You can disagree with each other, but like there's nothing that defines whether or not you're a real fan. Like,
any idiot that has a podcast that says that this group is not real fans, they're idiots. So don't even pay attention to that. And I'm not even saying that they're not real fans either. They are. But the thing is that people like to, in this community itself, like the Whovian community, people like to destroy each other. It's crazy. And then now this is even another thing to make everybody. This is the one thing besides Star Trek.
Things are going to be worse than ever with
this is
with
the
this.
one.
It's going to be worse than ever with the infighting and the Doctor Who fan base.
It's going to be worse than ever. This is the one community that there are no people just go beyond morals. They'll go to destroy your life, like personally, trolling everything. I mean, it's sick, and many have tried and many have failed, but we've been trying to destroy me. But the thing is that it's going to be sickening what's going to happen now. I mean, people are just going to rip each other's throats out in the Whovian community because they're going to have that one egotistical, sanctimonious idiot or idiots that are just like, oh, they're not real fans. We welcome the doctor being this, and the doctor, whatever. And that's just stupidity. You know, don't tell other people they're not real fans.
And now I heard on your other cast, too, that apparently she signed a contract for 5 years.
Well, I got to tell you right now, that's ballsy. That you would have a contract where, did you ever think, I mean, I'm sure there's some safeguards in there if the show tanks and the ratings are shit, that she could be fired. And I'm not trying to say that it is going to happen that way. I'm not going to say that she's not, and again, even if it failed, it's not really her fault. No. It's the fact of the agenda, not that, you know what I'm saying? I don't really
it's not personally her fault.
It's not personal, her fault. It's just that I wouldn't expect people, like, remember when I'll give you the perfect example. Remember when Andrew Garfield, they're ready to do the Electro reveal. Remember that? And they're all ready to show, oh, cool, what does Jamie Foxx looks like as Electro, right? And do you remember when Andrew Garfield just out of nowhere said at the wrong effing time that he would love to play Peter Parker as gay.
Yeah.
And that Mary Jane is Michael B. Jordan, a dude, and he'd be kissing a dude, and that the Peter Parker is not limited to being straight, he's gay, and he can be a female. And you remember, like, Stan Lee immediately? Like, of all the things that could be done, even with the deal with the devil, that's the one thing that Stan Lee said no, never happened for Peter Parker. Like, I got Marvel on speed dial, and I'll call them up immediately. Like, that's the one thing he wouldn't tolerate, right? And he even said, Stan Lee, make a new character, right? So make a new alternate reality with female doctors, whatever. So don't, and then the movie, whatever you want to get fired from the movie and all these different things. And it's like, don't try to change our character. We know our character for 54 years. We know he's never been a woman. Don't retcon that he was a woman. Don't have him tell Bill that maybe he was a woman. He doesn't remember. That's bullshit. I don't care if you're 4.5 billion years or 2005 years. That's bullshit. I don't know why. Like, when Capaldi talks, it's like Moffat talk, and it's not Capaldi's doctor. Like, stop putting shit in there that makes me sick. Like, fake
shit.
Well,
you know what I'm worried about is there, because this has been the theme for the Doctor for most of the time, except for Peter Capaldi. Now that they have a Doctor that's in their 30s again, is this going to become a love story with them and the companion? And if so, it's a problem for if it's a male or a female, because if it's a male, well, okay, that's weird. And then if it's a female, are they saying that this version of the Doctor is homosexual?
Well, that's it. I mean,
if he's a male trapped in a female's body and his sexual preference doesn't change, then technically it's like he's a homosexual Doctor, which I would be okay with if it was a male. But, like, even then it's kind of weird because, he's not homosexual. So what's going to happen? Is he going to fall in love with a man?
I mean, when you see him see visions of the companions when he's dying, it's always females. With the exception of Captain Jack with his buddy, whatever. But, like, they didn't show Mickey Smith. They didn't show Rory. You didn't see anybody. It was just females. Even the TARDIS said, basically showing him holograms of females because that's he likes females.
Hell, the TARDIS became a female and he was happy about that.
Right. Which I guess they're trying to make it the TARDIS was female all along or whatever. But, like, seriously, it's...
They can't have a love story because it would be too. It would just like it would shake things up too much.
Well, what if they do a thing where he's regenerating and somebody does something to the regeneration energy to make him a female?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I said this before, and I put this on Facebook. I said this would be the perfect time for them to do the Valiard, where you say that half of his regeneration energy becomes a male, the other half becomes female, and that becomes his main villain or her main villain for the whole time she's.
But at the end of it, they have to merge.
Yeah, yeah. So you say that there's like a connection between the two of them, and then when it comes time for her to regenerate, the Valyard regenerates with her, becomes a part of her. Like, she has the regenerations, but he doesn't. And you could say that he's trying to get them from her so that there's continuity between that and Trial of the Time Lord. And then at the when her time as the Doctor is over, he has to merge back with her, and then they regenerate into whoever the 14th Doctor is. I think that would be if they did that, then I'd be interested.
Right.
Then I'd be interested in watching the show. I would say, okay.
They're not doing that, though.
But they're not going to do that because they have this fear of using the Valyard for some reason, which I don't know why. If it's something that they can't use him or that they don't want to use him, I don't know. But they should use him because he's a character that people are waiting for. And if they announced that he would be involved in a storyline like this, I think that they would get a lot of the fans back that said, I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're probably not going to do that.
So in other words, like, she would be stuck there trying to be a man again and trying to be, whatever. I don't know. This is going to be a crazy next couple of months, that's for sure. Well, not couple, more like many months. But that's it, man, I guess. We'll see what happens, right, Chris?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I know how I feel, but are you excited for the Christmas special now?
No.
Me neither.
Not at all. Not even remotely. Because it just kind of puts I don't know about you, but this kind of puts a damper on it. I have friends like, old Doc and even Steven that I don't even think they're going to watch the Christmas special now. Because regardless of David Bradley coming on, this kind of shits on the show. It's like, what's coming, so whatever. I don't even want to see it,
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole speech about hope and moving on and then you become a female, it's like, oh, God, really? I mean, I thought that it wasn't a thing where they could just become a female or male. Like, something would have to happen or some type of, I guess not now. And that's not a good thing either. That you just hop like you're changing clothes. Not happy about it at all. But again, I wasn't happy when Colin Baker was a Doctor. Until the end, when he got really good with the Valyard, with different things. But,
ironically, right? Yeah.
Yeah, in the end. Well, towards the end, But I wasn't a fan. But yeah, but then he has some of the greatest episodes with the Valyard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's weird. It's like, and then he supposedly has the best audio.
Yeah, but
so.
I mean, the difference with him though is that his casting wasn't like a huge dire change to the show.
My only thing against him was that he choked the companion, and immediately as a kid, I was traumatized. And I'm like, oh, this abusive piece of crap. And right away, it's like, you see somebody put their hands on a woman, your mind's made up. So my mind was like, oh, I'm done with him. Even though it was like a thing with regeneration energy. And then even when he just left her there and didn't even check to see if she was okay, when at first he thought she was dead and then she wasn't dead, and you're just going to go by what the Time Lord said and you're going to believe them, they're full of lies themselves, I wasn't having it. So, again, that's my least favorite of all of them, But, well, and ain't nothing against, it's just a writing, unfortunately, not really Colin Baker's fault. And I'm sure he didn't want to wear a purple, pink, like, outfit thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even certain episodes he didn't wear that. He would, like, the two Doctors he wore. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, is this going to be a 5-year thing? Is it going to be a year thing? Is it going to be a thing that's forgotten? We'll see. Will I like it? I don't even think so. But I'm gonna watch the Christmas special. I said that. And I did say I'm going to watch the first episode. Because I just want to see. I can't be closed-minded where I can't see what Chibnall's going to do, Like a couple of seconds of dialogue, that's not fair. So I'm going to watch the first episode. But as far as the season goes, I mean, we'll see. I can't give you a definitive answer or nobody. Rogan's cast is continuing for now. In fact, there's even going to be some surprises that I already planned before this was happening, which is still going to happen. So...
Well, you know what might happen? This might be a good season, like writing-wise and story-wise and whatnot. It's just the fact that there's going to be this female doctor that for me is just gonna ruin, you know, parts of it, because it's just like, that's not the doctor.
I mean, unless she knocks it out of the park, unless they respect it where they don't have a romance, she has a female companion, you know, and, you know, she's upfront with the companion and say, look, I've been male this whole time, and, you know, it wasn't by choice. It just happened. So this is the way it is, you know, and it's like, oh,
It's
okay.
just this, there's something, it's just not going to be the same. It's going to,
or even if they
going to be like a completely different character.
Even if they have like encountering the doctor, and like Kate would be like, yeah, he hates being a female, or he doesn't want to be a female. You know, he didn't have a choice. It was like a thing, or whatever. You know, I don't. But they're not going to do that. They're going to make her female, like totally. Just, you know, like the other doctors never happened. It's like, this is who I am. I'm totally into it. You know. Well, like the doctor says, when he dies, he doesn't know what the hell he's going to be. You know? Not that I agree with the whole female thing, you know? But we'll see what happens. All right, Chris, we're going to get out of this one for now. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.